What's up, YouTube? So, I'm actually currently in need of some better armor and some money, so that's going to be kind of the focus of today's video. Um, I've accepted a quest from the Jarl Falkreath, the one where he wants you to kill some bandits for him, the ones he had some discreet dealings with or whatnot. Um, so I figured that would be a what is this? What quest do I have accepted? Okay. All those different quests. All right. So I'm gonna kill these bandits. All right. Looks like I got quite a bit of a walk. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna kill these bandits. Hopefully, I find some armor in the mine, or yeah, mine. It's part of the bandits. Uh, and if not, I'll just take whatever armor they do have, and I will sell it for some money to buy the armor I want or ingredients. I've actually found that buying the ingredients is a lot faster than than trying to find them all. Well, at first it's kind of necessary to buy, or excuse me, necessary to find the ingredients simply because you just don't have enough money to buy all the ingredients you need. It later on it's not so bad. Once you've found some ingredients, made some potions, leveled up, you can actually sell those potions and make enough money to just about break even with ingredients. And then a little bit later on, you can actually still make a profit. For example, right before this video started, I went to the Mortar and Pestle, and I bought all of the ingredients from her, and I then also trained like 3 levels. And yeah, anyway, sorry. I trained about 3 levels, and then sold all my potions, and I think I still made a profit of about 300 gold. So it's not so bad once you get into it, as far as cost-wise, but it still takes quite a bit of time. And I imagine the training is going to get more expensive. The only reason I stopped at training 3 times, as I mentioned, was because it was like 500, about 540, it was 530, 540, 550 gold for training level, and then for level 4, or for the 4th level of training, and that it jumped up to about 1500 gold, so I stopped. So yeah, I imagine it's going to get quite expensive. But anyway, it definitely isn't as bad as it was at first. Becomes a little bit more cost effective, but still a bit of a grind collecting. I don't think I could have a successful alchemy character on just purchasing ingredients. I think I still have to find them, and I don't think it would be a pleasurable experience to have to find all of my ingredients all the time. So I think for a balanced and fun playthrough, you're going to have to do a mix of scavenging and buying your ingredients. But as I said, like I think a million times before, you actually discover a lot of new stuff while out searching for alchemy ingredients. So it's kind of fun, kind of unique, but again, it's slow. You don't really get through the game very much, and unfortunately, just running around and collecting ingredients doesn't level you up unless you fight something in the process. So. Oh, actually, since the last episode, as you probably can tell, I've actually got quite a bit of better armor. I got rid of most of my leather armor for Elven. And I don't remember if I did at the end of the last video or right afterwards, but I actually took some gear and I enchanted it with some Fortify Alchemy. I think I did some of it on camera, but not all of it. Was this guy like a guinea pig? Like, hey, I think we saw somebody out there. Run out there and see if he shoots you with an arrow. Alright, where is this guy? Where'd he go? I'm gonna walk over here. He's gonna be right on the other side of this tree. Did he just like die? Maybe he went back inside. I'll have to rewatch this video, see if I missed him like going somewhere. But anyway, so yeah, I made some alchemy gear, just so I enchanted some gear for alchemy purposes. And I'm not gonna take that shot. Just so that when I'm doing alchemy, it's a little bit better. But my enchanting's not real high level, and I think I might have a perk or two into it. All right. So oh, whatever. So it's not very high, and so the enchantment on my gear isn't super powerful, but it definitely helps. I've noticed a benefit of having it on there. So I try to put that on whenever I'm going to do some alchemy. What? How can you see me? I don't know that I have any enchantments on this armor. If I do, they're pretty weak. But anyway, I'm going to look for some elven armor in here, or anything better that's light armor.
I was sure I heard something.
There we go. I'm going to slip out here and hide again. Good. Close this gate real quick. I actually discovered a new poison earlier. Right before I turned the camera on, I was selling some of my potions and using some of my ingredients just to make some other potions, level up my alchemy and everything. And I made a slow poison, which is actually really useful, especially for an archer. That way, if I want to, I can just throw that onto my bow and then hit any enemy, especially tougher enemy that's coming at me. That way, especially if it's enemy I'm not gonna like one shot or something, or at least not be able to kill before they get to me. So it'll slow them down more. That's actually why I have I always do a frost enchantment on my bow. It's actually a pretty good shot. I'm gonna give credit to that shot with the like the aim assist. Oh, really? The rope. Anyway, and so yeah, that's why I have the frost enchantment. That way I can when I shoot an opponent, obviously they get the raw damage of my bow. Then they receive the additional frost damage to their health, plus they receive that much damage to their stamina. But it also slows them, so that's why I think frost can be one of the most powerful enchantments, because it actually affects 3 things. But it's extremely helpful for archers or anybody who really wants to keep their distance. A spellcaster, probably one of those 2. So I combine that with a slow poison, assuming the effects stack. Combining that with the slow poison would be pretty crazy. I haven't really used the slow poisons too much. I've used it a little bit. Actually, when I've actually played through this already. But unfortunately, it didn't record my audio because I forgot to turn my mic on. So yeah, that was a bit of an embarrassing moment. But yeah, so I did use it, and I didn't notice a huge effect. So I don't know if it doesn't slow it as much as I feel like it should. It says it slows it by 50%. But But I don't know, it didn't seem to do that much. But either way, I suppose it could have been because the effect doesn't stack, and if frost already slows them quite a bit on top of the slow poison, it may not do a whole lot. But I certainly hope the effects stack. Although, if it does, that could be pretty OP. Put a frost enchantment on your bow, and that slow poison, especially if you get the slow poison to a higher level. Or, sorry, you get your alchemy to a higher level and get a more powerful slow poison. You could hit them with some pretty powerful abilities. Just to hit them, they wouldn't be able to move if it stacks. So actually, I'm going to use a poison of slow right now. I leveled up in the middle of making it. That's why this one's 49 seconds. This one's 50. So I'm going to use one of these. Hit him with the first shot. Oh, that did hit him. I didn't think it was going to. I'm going to throw poison on here now. Let's see. I'll just use that. Get out of my inventory. Yeah, let's use this. Oh, Shout's still recharging. Oh, I missed. Thought I was going to have to use a potion there. Alright. That was actually super easy. Take that. These sell really well. Last time you just had a steel battle axe, so that'll actually be pretty good. Unfortunately, there's not too many. Oh, sweet! I got an elven bow. That wasn't in here last time. Last time it was a helmet, but elven bow is actually really good too, because I don't really want to get rid of my hide helmet because it has a enchantment for, where is it? 25% more damage for my bows, and since my enchanting is not that high, even if I disenchant it, I couldn't put that powerful of an enchantment on my new helmet. So I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of armor for increased archery damage. So yeah, I'm completely okay with getting the bow instead. Since the idea of an archer is just not to be up there getting hit anyway, if I can do some more damage and keep them at a distance, that's cool anyway. Between my shout, my frost enchantment, and my slow poisons, I should be able to do that without too much difficulty. Plus, always doing more damage to kill them faster certainly doesn't hurt. Unfortunately, there's not too much to this mine. I was kind of hoping that I could spend a little more time in here, but yeah. All right. Well, how much weight do I have? I'll pick up some of this random stuff. Okay, I can carry quite a bit more, so I'm probably gonna pick up some more of this random weapons and armor just for the purpose of selling it. Did I take everything from this? Yes. Not even gonna bother with that. I only valued at 5. Alright, well, I'll go out here and grab some of these bandits' weapons and armor. Just to have a little something else to sell. I think there are some swords over here. Actually, last time I think those were steel plate gauntlets. Unfortunately, they're not that now, but I guess you get what you get. How convenient was that? Oh yeah, there we go. That's some value right there. Alright, what's my weight? Alright, I can carry some more, but I gotta be careful. Actually, one thing to collect if you want to make some money, which I know as a thief you usually don't have too much problems with money because just, well, it's easy to steal things. Yeah, it's gonna throw me over. Because it's easy to steal things and sell them, and plus part of the thieves guild and usually part of the Dark Brotherhood give you some pretty awesome, pretty awesome amounts of my requests. They give you some money and whatnot. So, what's that? A weird looking knife. I don't know what the lantern. Get out of here. Why can't I pick that up? Anyway, yeah, you get some pretty awesome, I don't remember what I was saying. Why is there a Forsworn sword out here? Okay. Well, actually, I wonder, is that... I don't think it does, but it might do more damage than my Orcish. 10... Yeah, it does. Sweet. I'll just drop it. I've got like an iron sword here somewhere. There we go. Alright, so let's fast travel back. Oh yeah, so yeah, as a thief you usually don't have too much trouble with money anyway. But as a warrior, or especially mage, since spells are extremely expensive, you want something that can get you a lot of money without a whole lot of work that doesn't really suit your character. Pick up all the mead you can find. It doesn't sell too much for too much in and of itself, but you find it everywhere. It sells for like 10. You find it everywhere, and I don't think it weighs too much, so you can carry tons of it. And so if you fill up your pocket with mead, in no time you'll be able to go and have $1,000 worth of mead to sell. So just something to consider, especially if you're a warrior, since you're gonna probably put a lot of points into stamina, and therefore your carry weight's gonna go up. You'll be able to carry a lot of it. Of course, he's not here. There you go, snooping around. Another thing I found is if you go into like a house, this is more of a thief thing, and there's not a lot of valuables in there, take all their cups and jugs. Again, they don't sell for a lot, but they seem to be everywhere in people's houses. And like fine clothes, and pretty soon that all adds up to quite a bit. Take that. I like how like certain things are stealing, but then like you can take their wine and stuff for like their gold. That's not stealing. Anyway.
Good to see you. Teach them to stop paying me. Here, you deserve a
So I know this video and the last video probably a little bit boring, just being kind of random quests here and there. This one wasn't specifically related to alchemy or pickpocketing. The last one was because I was going to get an enchantment for like the fortify alchemy enchantment.
There is room in
but
you help my people.
I'm thinking with next episode,
On your way then.
I'm going to be starting the Thieves Guild questline. There's a couple reasons I waited so long is because, well, one, I feel like that I always do that. That's just, I immediately go to the Thieves Guild. Two is a lot of the special items you get from quests or factions scale to your level up to a level 40. So if you go there like immediately at like level, I don't know, 5 or 10 or whatever, you by the time you get that special item, you're going to be still a relatively low level. I need to go sell these, so I'm going to fast travel to Whiterun. You're still going to be a relatively low level, so the items aren't going to be all that powerful. While they may be really useful at the time you get them, they're going to quickly become underpowered. So I wanted to wait until I was a little bit higher level. Unfortunately, the items max out at 40, but I don't want to wait that long. So I figured I was going to wait till about 20, and I'm at level 18, almost at 19. So by the time I finish this episode and put a couple of off-camera hours in, I'll probably be at level 20 or close enough anyway. So yeah, I'll probably be starting that next episode, and then that'll certainly get my pickpocketing up and probably even my alchemy. So that'll help.
Welcome to war. Blades,
Now
helmets,
time
pretty much
to
anything to
sell
suit your
basically
needs.
everything. Oh yeah, I forgot I got attacked by cultists off camera when I was playing to get some armor. Yeah, you know what?
Good.
Probably should put that stolen necklace on. Yeah, there we go.
Business. We've got
What I find funny is you can't
protect
steal
yourself
stolen
or
items
deal some damage.
to anybody who's not at least defense, unless you got your speech so high. But yet, you can sell items you've taken off people you've killed. It's like, no, I'm too good. I'm morally correct. I'm not going to take the item because it's stolen. Oh, but you killed the person so you could steal it? That's fine. I'll buy that. It's kind of the irony of, or the contradictoriness of video games. But hey, and the fact that, like, how would they even know it was stolen? Alright, that's actually better than my sword, so I'm going to keep that. Actually sell that. I'm going to make sure I have something to enchant my elven dagger I got. So until then I'm going to keep this because that's certainly helpful for filling soul gems. And the nice thing about using a dagger is because they swing so fast, you actually can like go to, because you get to kind of choose, you know, if target dies within so many seconds, it fills a soul gem. And the fewer seconds you choose, the more hits you get out of the enchantment. So you don't need something that's like 5, 6, 7 seconds. You can go for something for 3 seconds, 2 seconds, or even 1 second. Especially if both your weapons are enchanted with that, soul trap. I chose 3 seconds just because it was a good balance between number of hits and gives me a little bit of leeway. So if I hit him with my dagger, I can get a couple of hits in with my sword and kill him, and I still get the soul. So if it's super fast, you can get those hits in really quickly if you need to. So that's why I like putting soul trap on my dagger. But I didn't even try selling my weapons, did I?
Or deal some damage.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I gotta go apparel. That's what's next. Alright, so I don't need steel plate armor. Although, that actually looks really cool. I'm gonna see if I can disenchant that first. I didn't mean to click circle.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Okay. Alright, let's see if he has any... That's a great sword. No, it doesn't look like he's gonna have any elven swords. That's an awesome looking helmet. I always think that says major welding. Actually, that wouldn't be bad to buy just for the disenchant. Oh, $2,000. No, thank you. Alright. No elven armor either. Alright, not a big deal. I'm going to head up to the Dragon's Reach here. See if I can enchant my bow with frost and my elven dagger with soul trap. If so, then I'm going to do that and I'll sell my... I think I have a dwarven bow? Yeah, sell my dwarven bow and my steel dagger.
What do you need? Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing...
Okay, let's see if I already have that enchantment for that shield. Alright, I must already have it because it won't let me disenchant it. So that means I can sell it. So let's try enchanting my elven bow.
Me, I prefer my books.
Frost damage. Usually here I choose, I would prefer damage over over number of hits. Although 404 hits would be amazing. But 32 hits isn't bad. The thing you gotta be careful about with the bow and enchantment is if you fire an arrow, whether that arrow strikes a viable target or not, it counts it as a charge. So I mean, if I shoot a bandit with an arrow, it counts one charge. If I shoot and I miss, it still counts a charge. Whereas a sword, if I swing and hit the bandit, it'll count it as a charge. But if I swing and miss, nothing's counted. So it's always something to keep in mind. So you can definitely afford to go more more damage and less charges on a melee weapon. But I still think I'm going to go for max damage here because 10 points isn't a whole lot. So, and that 10 points is only if I... Okay, it looks like it's still going to be keeping... Okay, yeah. So you gotta be careful with that one too to see how many. I think... Okay, I think with the charges, because the soul gem you use definitely makes an impact. I think it goes by assuming you use the best soul gem you have on you. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that. Alright, so now I'm gonna look into enchanting this elven dagger with soul trap. Not really a huge fan of oh, I meant to shit. Yeah. I'm gonna do here because that's, I mean, that's almost, it's 9 more hits and 3 seconds is plenty, like I said earlier. Make sure that I'm getting that many. Yeah. Alright, I got that. Sweet. I don't remember what I was saying. Alright, let's go ahead and equipped. Unfavorite that. Favorite that. Favorite that. Unfavorite that. I don't understand. Why is this more valuable than this? This is a better bow. And it has less charges on it. Oh, you know what? Oh, oops. I wish it'd tell me my number of charges. Like the actual number of strikes. I bet it has more charges on it than my elven. I think I used a grand soul gem for it. But either way, not a big deal. Oh, and I've got the Forsworn sword now. Right, so... What a crazy looking sword. Like, I'm not saying that wouldn't be completely unusable, because there were obsidian blades that essentially had the same kind of idea. But, it's only, whatever. I'll probably get new. Yeah, I'll probably get a new sword here soon anyway. Always good to level up my enchanting. And my overall level. Alright, sweet. So, man, I keep losing my train of thought today. What is going on? Oh, yeah, there are obsidian blades that like Aztecs use that kind of have the same general look. And the idea with that wasn't necessarily to use it like I almost said a modern sword, like a standard or your typical sword. You struck them with it, yanked it out, and kind of wanted to leave. It kind of gave it an edge, and you're gonna break the obsidian now. Maybe leave pieces of that obsidian glass in the in your opponent. And there are other ones that use like shark teeth, and it's more like hit them with it and yank it. It's designed for those shark teeth were designed to come out and stay in your opponent. So I mean, definitely not far from some certain designs. The only problem with it is those teeth are awfully large, or claws or whatever they are, and by pulling those out, you completely I think you would compromise the integrity of the sword. Plus the main part you'd like want to strike with, because of the balance, is rather high. It's actually about that gap between the let's see, yeah, is the gap between the top set of teeth and the actual part that looks like a blade. So I don't know, but I suppose you'd probably use it differently if you were actually using it. Anyway, I didn't mean to turn that into like a analysis. Alright, let's see what she has to sell. Actually, I need to sell my dwarven bow and my steel dagger and I think I already sold my orcish sword. Oh, I constantly get out of the menu and I don't want to. Okay. Any elven swords? I probably should have checked with her before. Okay, well she doesn't have a thing anyway. I already have gauntlets. Okay, sweet, she has a helmet. Let's see if she has anything. Maybe an enchanted helmet. No. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this helmet. Alright, I got 5,000 gold, I can afford it. Not gonna sell my other helmet yet, because I don't have that enchantment. Even if my enchanting's high enough, there's no way I'm gonna be able to have a good enough soul gem to equal something like that. But I will
a bit of this and a bit of that.
see if he has any. Actually, I bet I've got some random stuff I can sell him too. Yeah. Man, that was worth a lot. He's the only one to give me 189. Whatever. Alright, so... Oh, I need elven boots, too. Still wearing leather. Anyway, yeah, I came here to look for, see if perhaps he's selling any soul gems. They get expensive. Let's see if he has any better. Lesser. Alright, so before I buy that from him, I'm gonna go check with the court wizard. I can't remember his name. I keep wanting to say Al-Anon, but that's the druid in Shannara Chronicles. Run up here to see what kind of soul gems he has. I'd really like to use a grand if possible, but if not, I'll settle for a greater. Sometimes he has some sitting here I can steal, but I think I already stole them.
It seems this damnable spells and incantations for those with the talent to guess.
Okay, oh, it's empty. Okay, so now the best he has that is filled is a greater, and it's about the same price. So I guess I'll break down and buy it. Man, these are expensive. Buy 2 of those, I guess.
You know, if you've got the app,
I still got 3,000 gold. We're good.
Join the Mages College in Winterhold.
All right, so let's see if I can enchant this helmet with fortified archery. See, I'm only getting 13% damage. Oh shoot, I'm only getting 8% damage. What the hell? Yeah, no, not worth my grand soul gem. Alright. Let's see what I can put on the armor, though. Yeah, see, it's just not worth, you know, if I wanted... It's just not worth it right now. I think I'm going to need to go put some points into enchanting, actually, but, Anyway, we're getting close enough to the end of this video, so let's go ahead and do this. Kind of seems like a tradition now. Okay, I got 3 points. So let's see. Let's take a look at Alchemy first. I never can find it. Oh, there it is. Alright, so that requires 60. Can't do that. Already done that. Already done that. Already done that. Alright, so I can do this, but this is kind of a stupid skill. Because you have to have an alchemy of a level 50. Mine's finally at 51. But all it does is makes it so when I eat it, I get the first 2 effects instead of just the first 1. But at this point, I know the first 2 effects or more of most of the ingredients anyway. I mean, I suppose the only time it would really be useful is if you get a particularly rare ingredient. You can eat it and get 2 effects instead of using it and getting 1. But at least if you use it, you have a chance to make something, you know, something useful, something powerful. But eating it, you don't. And so I assume when you get the second tier of this, you learn the first 3, and the third tier you learn the first 4. But you kind of get the same problem. By the time I'm probably a 60 is what's required for the next one. I'm going to know the first 3 effects of most of my ingredients. Heck, I know the first 3 of most of my ingredients now. The last one might be a little more useful because I'm having trouble finding some of the 4th effects of all my ingredients, but still, several of them I already know. But by the time I'm high enough level to get Experimenter 4, it doesn't do a whole lot of good for me because I'm probably going to know the 4th effect of most of them anyway. And it's kind of one of those skills or perks that once you've sort of maxed out, or once you're kind of farther in the game and end game, and I've got this maxed out, it no longer continues to serve me. Once I know all the 4 effects of all the ingredients I use, it doesn't do me any good. Versus something like this, which I do want. Once I even if I have the most powerful potions in the game or poisons in the game, this is still useful to me. I get 2 hits out of it instead of 3. That's extremely useful to me. I mean, it continues to be useful. Something like this too. I could always use double the ingredients that I gather. I mean, a lot of these perks continue to serve and help, and this one just, I think it's too little, too late. And then once you have all the know all the effects of your ingredients, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. So let's go over here to Pickpocket. All right, I definitely want that, but I'm going to have to wait a few levels. Night Thief. All right, it's a little bit useful, but regardless of how useful or useless it is, you have to have it to get up any higher. So we'll use that. I really want this one. This perk right here is actually part of the reason I did Pickpocketing and Alchemy together. So I definitely want that one. Definitely want this one. And then, yeah, most definitely want that one, but I'm still pretty far from this one. Hopefully with next episode, when I'm joining the Thieves Guild, I'll be getting my pickpocketing up pretty quickly, especially since they have people in the Thieves Guild that can train me. So, actually, this perk right here is actually used to get or sometimes used to get a special bow. On Solstheim, there's a cabin you can find, and it's got on the wall on a note, you'll say, like, return here at midnight. And so if you go back there at midnight, there's a trader sitting there, and you can buy some stuff from him and whatnot. But he's got this bow, and sometimes it's just in his, he won't sell it. And actually, I take that back. I think sometimes he will sell it, and it'll be in his options of stuff to buy. Sometimes he won't have it as an option to buy, but it'll be in his inventory, so you can pickpocket it. And other times it won't be available for purchasing, and it won't be just in his equipment, but it'll actually be equipped. So you have to have this perk to pickpocket from him. And if I recall right, the bow is so that every 25 animals you kill with that bow permanently increases your stamina by 5, up to an increase of 25. So it's pretty useful for in-game, something to get your stamina up a little bit higher. But Yeah, so I think I'm going to get a little bit higher and get one of these two. This one here, see, I think would just be a little bit more fun than anything. I'm not sure how useful it would be, but it's part of this playthrough, just to kind of experiment and see what see how it all works. I'm gonna look at enchanting because I really want to get some better. I know this isn't like an enchanting thing, but I definitely want to be able to put some better like enchantments on my gear, and yeah, and that would make it really helpful. Plus, I'd be able to my fortify alchemy enchantment would actually be a lot stronger. So I'm actually gonna throw one in here. Actually, let's do another one there. So we'll do that there, and I think this will hold me over my enchanting for quite some time. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's really all I'm going to care for here. At some point, I might throw some extra points into make just the bottom one, but nothing really beyond that. I don't really see a point. I just want something so my fortify alchemy and my other enchantments are more useful. And then obviously I want to start throwing some points into more points into alchemy and pickpocketing, but I got to level up those skills before I can. So, and of course I have to put some into sneak because that's sort of required for pickpocketing. If you can't sneak up to them, they're definitely going to be impossible to pickpocket. And then archery because that's my main weapon, so I've got to be able to do some damage with that. So. So, anyway, yeah, thanks for seeing this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page. I've got some free content on there. You can look at some poems I've written and whatnot. And just go ahead and read those. And you know, if you don't want to make a pledge, it's no hard feelings. But if you want to, you can definitely do that, and that'd be a huge help. And a link to my Patreon page will be in the description. Until then, peace out.